Hello, welcome to Friday Finds on Frequelize This. This week, I'm gonna throw something out at you, kind of my fun penchant to go find prog bands from all over the world. And this is an interesting one. A Norwegian band formed in 2010. They put out an EP, and the album I'm going to recommend is not their most current one, but it is their debut album from 2014 called City of the Sun. And the band is Seven Impale. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. It's one of those, it looks like that is, and for some reason, the back of my head, it doesn't fit exactly right. Um, Here, let me read a little bit of a description that I found on them. Early prog fusion experimental jazz mixing modern metal sounds and a splash of jazz with some classic rock stylings of the greats such as King Crimson, Van de Graaff Generator, and Frank Zappa, maybe little touches of Gentle Giant. Um, Holy cow. That's an interesting combination. And you get that. You get the fun little jazzy horns going. You get some metal crunch going. You get, it's like, let's throw a bunch of stuff in a blender. Um, there's a lot of tremendous music being done in the Scandinavian countries, whether you're talking Sweden or Sweden and Denmark a little bit, but also Norway. Some tremendous stuff. Iceland, you want to throw in there as well. There's just some really great music, really creative stuff. And Seven Impale is one of those bands that is just, I just found them a couple of months ago, and from my perspective, they're just killing it. First track on the album just jumps right out at you. Oh My Gravity, the horns and the just kind of the bebopping around, and it's just so much fun. You get also like Eschaton Horo is another great tune. There's only what, 5 tracks on the album. The shortest being two of them that are just over 6.5 minutes. So you get a sense of these are not, quick little songs. Um, Great stuff though. I mean, it's really creative. I kind of like the throwbacks, the callbacks to kind of not your mainstream early prog acts when you throw in a kind of an influence from Crimson and Gentle Giant and Van de Graaff Generator. That's not going to grab everybody's attention, but I'm actually going to suggest that to some degree, like I know some people, even some others who are on the channel with us, are not going to be jumping up and down with something compared to Van de Graaff Generator. Okay, fair enough. King Crimson, a little more accessible, although at times they're so quirky. So is Gentle Giant. Don't let that scare you. I really listen to this stuff, and I think Seven Impale has a lot of that blended in there, but it still feels like an accessible, quirky uh, neo-prog approach. Not really technically neo-prog, but kind of a new approach to this older style of jazz fusion infused prog rock, if that gets kind of makes some sense. It's heavier than the typical at that time, but totally worth your time. So there's your Friday find for this time. Seven Impale, City of the Sun from 2014. Happy listening.